Real-time real estate brought to you by rsrmoney.com. Now, 3 graphs that show you how today's inventory differs from 2008. A lot of our younger audience, our millennials, all they know about is the recession of 2008, and they think we're heading there again. Even if you didn't own a home at that time, you probably remember the housing crisis in 2008. That crash impacted the lives of countless people, and many now live with the worry that something like that could happen again. But rest easy, because things are different than they were back then. As Business Insider says, quote, though many Americans believe the housing market is at risk of crashing, the economists who study housing market conditions overwhelmingly do not expect a crash in 2024 or beyond. Here's why experts are so confident. For the market and home prices to crash, there'd have to be too many houses for sale. But the data doesn't show that's happening right now. There's an undersupply, not an oversupply like last time. And that's true even with the inventory growth we've seen this year. You see, the housing supply comes from 3 main sources. Homeowners deciding to sell their houses, that's existing home sales. New home construction, new built homes, and distressed properties, foreclosures or short sales. If we look at those 3 main sources of inventory, you'll see it's clear this isn't like 2008. Homeowners deciding to sell their houses, although the supply of existing previously owned homes is up compared to this time last year, it's still low overall. And while this varies by local market nationally, the current month's supply is well below the norm and even further below what we saw during the crash. If you're watching us on RonSiegelRadio.tv, any of our socials, or the ABC News and Talk AM 1490 video feed, you are seeing a chart, average annual inventory of homes for sale. And you can see that other than in 2000, during the Great Recession, going from 2006 until 2012, you're seeing that we're way, way below as far as the month's supply of homes for sale. What does this mean? There just are not enough homes available to make values drop. To have a repeat of 2008, there'd need to be a lot more people selling their houses with very few buyers, and that's not the case right now. New home construction, people are also talking a lot about what's going on with the newly built houses these days, and that might make you wonder if home builders are overdoing it. Even though new homes make up a larger percentage of the total inventory than the norm, there's no need for alarm. Here's why. Again, another graph. This is from the census to show the number of new houses built over the last 52 years. The orange on the graph shows the overbuilding that happened in the lead up to the crash. And if you look at the red in the graph, you'll see that builders have been underbuilding pretty consistently since then. Are there not more people in the world right now? Not more people in the country right now? Are there not more people that are having babies and getting married and all the rest? Just too much of a gap to make up. Builders aren't overbuilding today. They're catching up. A recent article from Bankrate says, what's more, builders remember the Great Recession all too well, and they've been cautious about the pace of construction. The results is an ongoing shortage of homes for sale. Distressed properties is the foreclosures and short sales. The last place inventory came from is distressed properties, including short sales and foreclosures. During the housing crisis, there was a flood of foreclosures due to lending standards that allowed many people to get a home that they could not afford. Today, lending standards are much tighter, resulting in more qualified buyers and far fewer foreclosures. One more graph from Adam to show how things have changed since that. Again, foreclosures, unbelievably low. If you look at the graph, there were the 2020 to part of 2022, there was a moratorium on foreclosures, but we're still at some of the historic lows. Graph makes it clear as lending standards got tighter and buyers became more qualified, the number of foreclosures started to go down. And in 2020, 2021, the combination of a moratorium on foreclosures and the forbearance programs helped prevent a repeat of the wave of foreclosures we saw in the market when the market crashed. While you may see headlines that foreclosure volume is ticking up, remember that's only compared to recent years when very few foreclosures happen. We're still below the normal level we'd see in a typical year. What does this mean for you? Inventory levels aren't anywhere near where they'd need to be for prices to drop significantly and the housing market to crash. As Forbes explains, quote, as already high home prices continue trending upward, you may be concerned that we're in a bubble ready to pop. However, the likelihood of a housing market crash, a rapid drop in sustainably high home prices due to waning demand remains low for 2024, unquote. Mark Fleming, chief economist at First American, points to the laws of supply and demand as a reason why we aren't headed for a crash. Quote, there's just generally not enough supply. There are more people than housing inventory. It's Econ 101, unquote. Lawrence Yun, chief economist at the National Association of Realtors, says, quote, we will not have a repeat of 2008 to 2012 housing market crash. There are no risky subprime mortgages that can implode, nor the combination of a massive oversupply and overproduction of homes, unquote. Bottom line, the market doesn't have enough available homes for a repeat of 2008 housing crisis, and there's nothing that suggests that will change anytime soon. That's why housing experts and inventory data tell us there isn't a crash on the horizon. That is the real-time real estate segment brought to you by rsrmoney.com, rsrmoney.com.